the fire that broke out last night at about 11:30 p.m. where 3 people have been confirmed dead and others over 200 have been injured. That is a story we are keeping tabs on. We'll be bringing you a live update in regards to how the government is responding to that. But what we have is that what there is that 3 people died and over 222 others were injured following a gas explosion at Mradi area in Embakasi, Nairobi County. A multi-agency response team has been deployed to the site as search and rescue efforts continue following the incident, which took place at about 11:30 p.m. It is reported that a lorry ferrying gas cylinders exploded, resulting into a huge fire that quickly spread to residential houses and businesses. Property of unknown value was also destroyed in the raging inferno that we are keeping tabs. Red Cross says that it took over 200 people to hospital and a further 27 people were treated on site and were later on allowed to go home. And also Red Cross, the head of disaster operations, Venat Digilas, told one of the media houses that the search and rescue operation was underway, trying to find out if people were missing and have simply taken shelter somewhere. The rescue efforts and brings us this report.
This is the aftermath of the explosion. The debris left behind telling of the velocity of the explosion that left 2 dead, while over 200 others suffered injuries, with some of them admitted in hospital suffering from extensive burns. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura, who arrived at the scene this morning to assess the situation and condole with the families, says a multi-agency team is on the ground and those affected have been rushed to various hospitals.
As a result, 3 fellow Kenyans, not 2, 3 now, have regrettably lost their lives while being attended at the Nairobi West Hospital. The government sends its sincerest condolences to the families of the departed souls. In addition, by now, 280 other fellow Kenyans were injured by the fire.
According to Mwaura, 21 people are receiving treatment at the Kenyatta National Hospital, 160 others at Mama Lucy General Hospital, 19 at Mbagathi Hospital, 14 at Modern Komarok Hospital, and 8 at Nairobi West Hospital. According to the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, they rejected an application for construction permits for a liquefied petroleum gas storage and filling plant at the site, owing to the failure of the designs to meet the safety standards. A flying gas cylinder from the explosion is reported to have hit Oriental Godown, which deals with garments and textiles. Several vehicles and commercial property, including many small and medium-sized businesses, were burned. Nancy Okware, Lunchtime News.
And we're definitely keeping our eyes peeled for that and for more. Just join us in our subsequent bulletin. And now to our next story, which is tied to that incident, is that gas dealers in the Mount Kenya region have sounded the alarm over the infiltration of faulty accessories in the market. The dealers in particular cite burners, pipes and grills as some of the fake accessories flooding the market. They now attribute the accessories to fire incidents in home and businesses. Gas dealers chairman James Kamau emphasized the need for a crackdown on rogue traders selling substandard accessories to unsuspecting residents. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Kiambu County firefighters team organized a sensitization forum in Thika town attended by over 400 gas retailers and residents.
Mingi tunapata kwa hizi biashara za gas ama kwa mitungi ya gas nyumbani zinaletangwa na vitu kama pipes, burners na regulators zenye customers wananunua, hata wananunua kwa watu hawajui wanauza nini. Yeye bora ameambiwa hii bana nitakuuzia 100, 200, 250. Yeye hataki kununua bana original ama yenye imepitishwa na KBC anataka kununua ile ya bei rahisi, na hizo ndio zinaletanga shida kubwa sana kwa moto.
Lakini kuna shida moja ambayo inatokea na ambayo iko ya watu kutumia accessories ambazo haziko sawa. Unapata bana yenye inafutumiwa na meko, regulator, pipes haziko sawa. Kwa hivyo ni ombi letu kwa serikali pia waweze kuzingatia hayo.
Nataka kuambia EPRA, tafadhalini tembeeni other constituency kama vile mmetembea hapa kwetu Thika mjini. Akiwa mimi sikuwa najua haya maneno, ni kumaanisha pia ni watu wengi sana hawajui kuhandle gases and how we are supposed to deal when there is an accident.
And away from that, police officers from Shinyalu, Kakamega County have arrested 14 people suspected to have stolen household items and other essential commodities. The crackdown, led by Shinyalu OCPD David Makumbu, also saw several liters of illicit brew confiscated. Area residents have lauded the efforts by the officers, urging them to sustain the fight against insecurity and ensure any form of crime in the region is eliminated.
Alliance Maspana, yeye ndio anaweka hizo vitu zote Mansamba, yeye ndio anaweka hizo vitu zote ambazo zinaibwa, anatafuta market. Tumefanikiwa, tumeshika yeye hapa ndani.
Wamechukua ng'ombe yangu na kila mwezi, kila wiki, kila nini, hata siwezi fuka kuku. Sasa wiki ambayo ilikuwa imepita, sasa walikuja wakachukua vifuria na madamos na kila kitu. Nimepika asante kwa polisi kwa maana nimepata vitu vyangu hapo.
Kutokana na hao watu wenye kuiba na nyumba yenye hizi vitu zimepatikana ndani, tumepata bangi kiasi ya kutosha. Tumepata changa kila kitu. Vitu ya wizi hapo. Huyu mtu wako na grounds za kumfanya afungwe, lakini yeye amejifanya bingwa wa kuiba na kuuza vitu, lakini hawezi akafungwa.
And still on security matters, security agencies in Samburu County have recovered 152 livestock out of the 210 that were stolen last week during a banditry attack in Longewan. The recovery was successful due to cooperation between the security team and local leaders. Addressing the press after the recovery, Suguta Ward MCA James Lederuk emphasized the need for local leaders to be involved curbing banditry. This is the second recovery of stolen livestock after the Laikipia one that was led by Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Mohammed earlier this year at Posta area of Laikipia County.
Tumeweza kushirikiana na ndugu yangu wa MCA wa Social Ward Lekopia ni Parleto na Mheshimiwa Sara, kwa sababu nimeona ya kwamba tukishirikiana kama viongozi ili tuweze kuongea na wasee wa pande zote mbili. Nataka kushukuru kusema ya kwamba kuna mbuzi yangu ilikuwa imeibiwa area ya Longewan, mbuzi zaidi ya 210. Lakini kwa uwezo wa Mungu na kwa uwezo ya leaders wa Laikipia pamoja na wasee wa amani wa Laikipia, tumeweza leo naweza sema ya kwamba tumerecover mbuzi 152. Nashukuru sana wazee pamoja na serikali kwa kurudisha mbuzi ambazo zilirudishwa. Nashukuru viongozi kwa mbuzi ambazo zilipatikana upande hiyo ya Maya. Mbuzi 165 ambayo imerudishwa, na hiyo imerudishwa sababu ya watu kuongea.
Nataka kutoa mwito kwa viongozi wote kwamba mifugo ikiibiwa aidha ya Samburu ama ya Mpokot ama ya Mturukana ama ya mtu yeyote, tuache mambo ya mapunduki. Punduki haitalete suluhisho, lakini maongeo na kwenda kuongea zaidi mambo ya amani ndio italete amani.
And still on security, Northeastern Regional Commissioner John Otieno has said that the government is winning the war against Al-Shabaab in the region. Otieno noted that this success can be attributed to intelligence-led information and collaborative efforts by members of the public, local leaders and security agencies in the area. Speaking during a meeting with the national government administrative officers drawn from Ijara, Bodai sub-counties in Masalani, the RC further directed the chiefs and their assistants to help in gathering intelligence in order to fully contain the security situation in the northeastern region.
We have had very serious sightings, but I'm happy to report that we've been able to contain and manage the security situation of this region. Security is very, very critical and important in matters development. And as we address the issues to do with the development, we cannot afford to forget about security issues. We must be in a position to identify where this makes safe scams so that our security personnel can act and take the necessary action.
Moving on, residents of KBC County have appealed to the government to respect and obey court orders. More so, the verdict on the housing levy that termed it as unconstitutional. The sentiments follow the ongoing demolitions to make way for the affordable housing project. According to the human rights activist Dr. Isaac Newton, some affected citizens had acquired houses through the National House Corporation but had been rendered homeless following the affordable housing project.
Manyumba watu wamekaa miaka mingi, miaka 40, miaka 50, na waninunua wakiwa na imani ya kwamba wakinunua manyumba ya serikali watalindwa. Lakini sasa serikali ambayo inahitajika kuwalinda wananchi wa Kenya na mali yao ni inakuja kuangamiza.
Dr. Isaac, Dr. Kiniti, all the way from America. Yeye amesema ya kwamba hayo mambo kama koti imekataa, iwe koti imekataa na iwe like that so that they cannot continue about it.
Mimi naomba rais wetu mtukufu Dr. William Samoei Ruto uweze kusikiza mahakama na uamuzi wao hata kama wewe ni kiongozi wetu wa Kenya.
In other news, Migori County is on high alert following a cholera outbreak in neighboring Tanzania. The county has intensified vigilance against cholera after a resident who traveled to Tanzania for a funeral exhibited symptoms of the disease upon return. Health Executive Awor Nyerere disclosed that despite initial negative test results, the patients later showed signs of cholera. He has, however, expressed confidence in local authorities' capability to handle and contain the spread of the disease.
But we are on alert and we are doing what it takes to ensure that there is no cholera in Migori. So as we speak, what we have is a suspected case. We have all the equipment which we can use to detect that, and already our team is on the ground. So should we find another one within a span of 1 week is when we can say there is cholera in Migori. But so far, that case was a suspected case.
Very well, at about 13 minutes past the top of the hour, we are due for a fast break. But when we come back, we still have more news, and I'll also be telling you which 4 teams will be playing tonight at the Africa Cup of Nations quarter-final matches that will be televised live on KBC Channel 1.
Two Man of the Match awards in this tournament so far. Then a powerful shot, testing Bonu from Teboko Mokoena, who does like to shoot from distance. On target, and a difficult bounce as well for the keeper.
Difficult bounce indeed. South Africans varying their play, coming in short. Zwane playing in between the lines, and elements of surprise from that shot from Mokoena.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way. A better Africa.
The East African community is one of the most integrated regional blocks in the world. But internal dispute is threatening the good old EAC.
If we can grow by 2 countries every year. So I'm looking next year for countries like Ethiopia to join, countries like Sudan to join, countries like Eritrea to join, Djibouti to join. All these countries in the Horn of Africa, I want to believe that they can join.
This week on Inside Government, we are talking to the Cabinet Secretary, East African Community, Penina Malonza. She'll be explaining to us what is the future of East African community and what Kenya is doing to deepen intra-regional trade. Watch the conversation right here on KBC Channel 1 with me, O'Brien Kimani.
Welcome back and thanks for keeping it Channel 1. Moving on, institutions of higher learning are embracing electronic voting to select student leaders. This has been termed as a game changer in ensuring transparency and cementing democracy. Kiambu National Polytechnic is the latest institution to employ the voters' war system, an election platform for institutions. During the elections, Moses Friday was elected as the president, while Moses Gidaika was elected the vice president.
Tunatumia voters wall for voting. We are using a phone ama kama kuna laptop pia unaweza tumia ama any computer gadget.
This election technology, I must say, has increased our voter turnout. When we were listening to the auditor, he talked about 30% for last year, and now it is double. It is 26.
It is our first time that we are doing it, and I believe we are the third institution to do the same. The purpose of doing this, first and foremost, is because that is the way to go, the technology way. And this is sure to save on time. Previously, we would spend a whole day without classes, but this time around, since it is electronic, students are able to vote anytime from the comfort of their homes and also during break time.
Quite commendable. And still on education matters, more than 100 bright students drawn from vulnerable families in Busia County and who sat for their Kenya Certificate of Primary Education Examination KCPE last year have been awarded scholarships to pursue their secondary education. Busia County Executive Committee member for Education Beatrice Naholi said that the scholarships have benefited students across 8 sub-counties. She reiterated the need for more stakeholders to come on board and enable more needy students to achieve their dream. Sentiments echoed by Busia First Lady Agatha Otuoma.
Good enough, we have the mentorship programs, the county government.
Sana walikuwa hajaripoti kwa mashule zao. Kwa hivyo pia sisi under the governorship of Governor wetu mpendwa Dr. Paul Nyongesa Otuoma alituamuru kama widara tuende nje tutafute wale watu ambao wako nyumbani. Kwa hivyo hawa watoto governor ameamua anapatia full scholarship for 4 years.
Wasiwachie waziri peke yake, wasiwachie director peke yake. Tunataka tuungane. Tunataka tupeleke watoto wetu shuleni. Tusiwache watoto kwa maboma.
Today to schools. Pia tumewafanya.
And away from education matters, let's revisit our top story, the Embakasi inferno that has left 3 people dead and over 200 people injured. We are now crossing over to Mama Lucy Hospital in Eastlands My colleague Aidan is currently engaging Esther Passaris, the Nairobi women representative. Let's listen in.
Burns down, we need mattresses. And of course now I think we've only got 100 mattresses in stock. I haven't been to the site yet because I realized that the hospital, especially Mama Lucy, is the place to be. We've given food, bread and sodas to the survivors who've already... So this is a tent where after they've gone to see the medics and they've got their first 2-3 shots, they need to get some prescription. So we managed to get the prescription from across the road and in the malls nearby, and we've also ordered some from town. So basically here we made sure that we told them to hold off until we got them the medication. We've given them the medication. We're giving them 5,000 shillings each because we know that tonight they need a place to sleep and they might need some food. So as NGAF, we asked for a move of a reallocation of our vote so that we can be able to do that. We will then go to the site and see what other interventions we can do. But what I'm going to make an appeal to the government is that we really need to have, I know we have the Red Cross and they're on the ground and they're going to do the good that they normally do, but we need to be able to sync whatever we're doing. So we will share the list of survivors that we have been able to help.
Yes. What appeal are you making to the authority?
Well, the appeal that I'm making to everyone...
This has been being operated along the station
Yes,
area.
so I hope that they will arrest the culprit and be able to put him behind bars because obviously people have lost their lives because of an illegal business, right? And I hear that the gas smell was being felt and the members of the public had already alerted, and then somebody was trying to recharge his car. The battery had gone down and the spark is what caused the explosion. And then gas cylinders were thrown across and explosions were heard in different places. So this is an accident that should not have happened, all right? And these people that have been affected have gone through a horrific night, and it's all because of the law. So I really know that the IG is on top of it and the DCI are on top of it, and they're going to do the job that they have to do to make sure that the culprit is arrested.
That's Nairobi women representative Esther Passaris live at the Mama Lucy Hospital, and as you can see behind her, she has said that 5,000 shillings have been issued by NGAF, that the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, for the affected. You've seen food stuff and non-food items, and something else she has mentioned is urging individuals and institutions to chip in and help those affected. And last but not least, she has talked about all those who are engaging in that illegal business that has costed lives should be put behind bars and held to account. We'll be bringing you more on that. My colleague Aidan is keeping tabs with what is currently happening. In other news, Makueni Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. has launched auto billing and unified business licensing as a way of smooth and transparent revenue collection in the county. The government urged the business community to embrace the move for the county to achieve its goals. He also called on tax collectors to be professional in their duties.
Yes, be ready, we will be.
The key foundation to this government is to improve the lives of the people of Makueni. And through an integrated, inclusive government, we want to prioritize people. We want to promote inclusivity together with our strategic partners in mobilization of OSR to support our agenda. In order to ensure efficiency and effective revenue mobilization, we have leveraged on technology to enhance customer service and improve ease of doing business.
This regime will enable customers to receive a single business invoice for all fees they pay to the county, and also to be able to pay at the comfort of their homes.
Moving on, member states of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, have been urged to prioritize the formulation and implementation of policies that address challenges faced by pastoral communities. Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development Director Dr. Dereje Wajira noted that Pastoralism is a vital contributor to national incomes as the region boasts around 480 million ruminants, including cattle, sheep, goat, and camels. Despite its importance, pastoralism still faces threats such as insecurity, mobility restriction, inadequate grazing land access, and the impacts of climate change. Stakeholders also called for more support to pastoral communities to harness the untapped potential for sustainable development.
That there are opportunities to improve the resilience of pastoral communities. Most of these opportunities still remain vast and untapped. There is a significant potential for supporting regional economic integration through this facilitation of cross-border mobility and cross-border trade.
Governments have not given the proper profile or proper attention that pastoralism requires. We concentrate in developing other aspects of pastoralism, and we eliminate the numerous conflicts that we always experience, and this can only be achieved if all governments at every level show leadership and give attention to pastoralism as required.
East African Pastoralist Expo entertained useful deliberations calling for a collective regional effort to embrace and support the cross-border dynamics of pastoralism, appreciating their capacity in enhancing regional ties.
A team from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) is in Kenya for meeting with various state and non-state players. This morning, the IMF Review Mission team held talks with National Treasury officials on, among other issues, anti-money laundering, countering financing of terrorism, governance reforms, state-owned enterprises, legal aspects, and potential areas for future technical assistance. The meeting is being held 2 weeks after the IMF Executive Board approved the disbursement of 109.8 billion shillings to Kenya to ease financial pressure following the completion of the 6th review arrangement. The loan extended to Kenya was pegged on a number of reforms that will strengthen policy frameworks to promote a more inclusive and green growth. In sports, we begin with Africa Cup of Nations. DR Congo will face Sli National of Guinea in the second quarter-final match of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations tonight at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium. The Guineans have a battle fitness issue with Naby Keita and Seho Guirassy nursing knocks, while DR Congo Yax Moriba is doubtful after sustaining an injury. In other quarter-final match, Super Eagles of Nigeria will face Palancas Niggas of Angola. The matches will be beamed live on KBC Channel 1 and all KBC radio stations.
The Leopards eliminated record holders Egypt in the round of 16, while Sli Nationals ended a losing run in the competition by defeating Equatorial Guinea. As for Guinea, a last gaps Mohamed Bayo header ended Sli Nationals' extended run without knockout stage win in their history at the finals. Edo Kayambe has missed every DRC game at the Cup of Nations, and it remains to be seen if midfielder Man is back in action for the last 8. Gael Kakuta was significant miss for the Leopards in the round of 16, but the former Chelsea man could return for today's fixture. Yona Wissa and Kedrick Bakambu have not delivered their goods so far, with the latter missing the group stage penalty against Morocco, further complicating the Sabos' plan. The Guineans have battled fitness issue with Naby Keita and So Guirassy nursing knocks, while Alex Moriba is doubtful after sustaining an injury against the Lions of Teranga.
Very well, as the East Africa region, we are proud to have at least one team in the quarterfinals, that is the DR Congo. Thank you indeed so much for joining us. My name is Njue. Brian Muraru has been our sign language interpreter for this live newscast. Of course, we're keeping tabs with the Embakasi Inferno story and other stories making headlines in the course of the day. So make sure to stay tuned. Thank you so much. Have a good one.